and welcome back to Black Cats TV. I'm here, but Mike's here. How you doing, Mike? You all right?
Oh no! Hi.
See,
I did it wrong.
We get it wrong when we swap sides. We get it wrong. They've been all right.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's Sunday, so it's grafting, but much better to do it with 3 points in the bag, feeling much better about it.
Exactly. So, yes, we've beaten Millwall 1-0. It's a shame we didn't do that in the reverse fixture. If we lose the last 30 seconds of that game, it would have been 2 1-0s against them. But what did you think, especially of the lineup? So if we went through that, what we had: Patterson, Brown at right back, Meppen, O'Nien, and Hume at left back. We had Neil, then we had Job and Rigg in the midfield with Roberts, Mundle, and Isidore. So what were your thoughts on that when you first saw the team sheet?
Always worrying when you see a midfielder fudged into the back four. But I mean, you could say the same about O'Nien, and he's.
I was about to say we've got two of them.
Yeah, he's coming to his. I mean, O'Nien's a defender now. There's no way you can class him as a midfielder anymore. But seeing Brown in there, bit unnerving, but I know he's a good, solid, experienced player. So if somebody had to drop in, I'm kind of glad it was him.
And I think he actually did very well. I mean, from the bits that you've seen, but when we were watching the live stream together with all our millions of viewers, we were all saying the same thing, that he didn't look out of place. And actually, he really helped when the ball sort of got a turnover in the midfield, really.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're going to play him in that position again, or purely out of necessity, you reckon?
I think out of necessity, because we don't know how long Sirkin's going to be injured for. We don't know how long Elise is going to be injured for. And I still think what I saw from Brown yesterday and Hume at left back gave us a better option than if we put Hjelde back in and just dropped Brown altogether. I think Brown's experience really helped us yesterday and, helped us get those 3 points. Yeah. Don't know if you thought the same or if you thought different, especially about Hume on that other side.
No, Hume's been brilliant recently. He seems to come back off international breaks in better form, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, at least he wasn't injured like the rumours were saying. That was the biggest worry, I guess.
Yeah, and when you hear that and then he starts, you wonder if he's going to come on like dead tentative, like some of the players have come back from injury. But no, he's firing all cylinders by all accounts. So it looks good. It looks
great
good.
Goal.
We can do this. We can do this.
Well, I mean, I was trying not to get everyone's hopes up at the end, but all the comments were going, Leeds have conceded. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. And I'm sitting there going, it's still, what is it, 9 points, is it?
It's
9
possible.
points with 21 to go. I'm a bit like, you just focus on us at the minute. That's all we've got to do is focus on us.
I'm glad we're not sitting back on our laurels. That's the main thing, because, technically sitting pretty ready for playoffs, but we're not. We're still going for it. It was a very difficult game, so I'm not disappointed in a 1-0. I'm not like, it should have been 3 or 4, even though there was opportunities for it.
First half,
we were knocking on the door.
3 or 4.
Yeah, definitely. We were banging on the door. And then again, you'll probably bring it up, but penalties.
Oh God, yeah. We'll get to penalties in a bit and some drama around those. But yeah, it was. I mean, first half we had 3 shots in the first minute and 10, which was or if you just take that 1 minute 10, that's infinitely better than anything we did down at Coventry. So we were all like, "Well, bloody hell, got the bit between the teeth here. Let's go!" And then we had a string of 4 or 5 corners within a few minutes, and it felt like, right, we're camping them in. This is good. This is actually good from us. I mean, we can't get a header on a corner, but we.
But Roberts' almost goal, it was it curled away. It was on target and it curled away. He must
curled the wrong way.
And he must have his boots on the wrong feet. I'm telling you.
Keeper did get a touch, mind, because we got a corner from it. But yeah, when he actually cut inside, even I was a bit like, oh, God, can you please just score? Like, I don't like to bring up the fact that you don't contribute every time, but he actually had a really good game. And speaking of contributing, Roberts actually did get the assist. Short corner routine with Mundle, which brought everyone's attention to Mundle. So all the Millwall players at least came out to him. Straight back to Roberts, who had a better angle for the cross. Hit it straight to the far post, and running in at left back on the volley was Trey Hume to smash it into the near corner.
Did that look planned to you?
It did look a bit. It was a bit of a weird one, because normally someone at the back post doesn't just get left. And I don't know if it was like a dummy run from Mundle to make everyone suddenly go, they're doing something, and all focus was what are they doing over there, which just allowed Hume to have the extra
sneaky back door.
Feel like he overhit the cross, if you get me. It felt like he deliberately was aiming for the back post. And if you've seen on Instagram or socials, they've put a clip up of Roberts and Mundle celebrating that goal, and Regan 09 come over to them, and they're clearly sort of going pointing at each other like, you've done it. I think it was either a plan, as in it's just a set piece that we've worked on, or it was something we'd highlighted from Millwall, that weak spot of theirs, that they weren't always alert at the far post from crosses and corners, I guess. So it was nice to see. What was it, 10 minutes in as well?
Yeah.
I think
if we can nail this shooting down, we should have like first halves of 3-0 and 4-0.
Yeah.
Which means the second half's easy and we're not sat there going grayer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, or just less hair for me, which would be an effort. But yeah, so overall we were okay. I thought, a few comments at halftime were saying they didn't think Neil and Job were playing that well, but I disagreed. I thought they were playing really well, instrumental in winning us the ball back and just keeping the ball. It wasn't a game of passing through the lines and quickly getting at them. It was a game of possession that we had to just keep, and then we could suffocate them in that way. So I really thought they both did have good games. But before we get on to man of the matches or other incidents, we have to talk about the penalty and the subsequent drama and fight, shall we say.
I didn't see that. You don't see that in any of the highlights. And obviously,
no, I'm not surprised.
I've been seeing clips and stuff like that. But so you'll have to explain it to me more so. But the fact 09 stepped up, I liked. Taking responsibility, somebody else different stepping up. The fact that it was a terrible, terrible penalty, I hated. It wasn't even a good save. It was a terrible penalty.
Yeah. He's taken 2 penalties for us before mine, scoring both. He scored one in the Checkatrade shootout, which if he'd have missed, we'd have lost one kick earlier. And he scored in a shootout to get us to the Checkatrade final where we beat Tranmere.
But why is he trying the little hesitation, trying to sell up?
He did that in both of those penalties as well, actually. The first one against Portsmouth, he sent the keeper the wrong way. And in the second one, the keeper got a touch on it. But because of the hesitation, he didn't get down quick enough and he pushed it into his own net.
But this one was just pants.
Yeah, this was just pants. And it felt, I'm going to sort of say it now. So Mundle obviously won the penalty. Great play, cut back inside. Tanganga, who was fantastic, by the way, absolute quality above, and we should definitely look at trying to sign him if we get the opportunity to. Swiped his leg, no arguments, absolute penalty all day long. And Mundle clearly wanted to take it in doing so. I don't know if he got to the ball or if he was asking for it, but the camera cut back to Mundle having a very heated discussion with Dan Neil, shall we say, about wanting the ball, and Dan Neil was just sort of ushering him away and going, no. I think Isidore had even said something, and I think Dan Neil ended up saying, I think you just need to calm down from the lip reading, and he got told to F off by Mundle, who stormed straight away, away from the area. Obviously, 09 wasn't any part of this, stepped up, keeper saved it, and we carried on. As they kicked it out for a goal kick a few minutes later, Mundle was the one who ushered the ball out, and he smashed the ball back off the advertising thing. So he was clearly still annoyed. Yeah. He was subbed a minute or two later. Watson came on, and he got his jacket, and he went straight down the tunnel.
Justified frustration?
I was saying this to my brother-in-law today, who's a Sunderland fan. I was saying, I think so, because with our record of penalties at the moment, anybody who wants to step up and take one should be allowed to step up and take one. I'm not saying that 09 didn't want to step up and take one. There might have already been an agreement that he is the one to do it on there. And Mundle might have been trying to jump the rankings of it because he was like, I've won it. But anytime I see a player going, I'll have this one and you have that, it's a bit like, no, we have set penalty takers for a reason. Now, that should alleviate any pressure or any stupidity, not on the players' part, but like of how we look, because we're doing this on the pitch, of course.
I know,
but
yeah,
I think it's
it
justified.
really needs predefining, like before the next game. I know you don't expect a penalty every game, but it needs predefining because you can't have arguments like schoolyard football. It's Sunday league level when you do stuff like
I
that.
shared our short out again of Trey Humes penalties that we found from a YouTube video we did, saying, why is this man not on penalties? He was firing them into the top corner, and maybe he doesn't want them. Maybe he just doesn't want to do them. You know,
I can only think that Mundle was supposed to be on the penalty, and Dan Neil made a decision, and that's why the frustration.
I think he'd be arguing with Labrie at that point, going like, "But I am the taker." Do you know what I mean? I think they didn't have a defined one, and 09 has clearly said, as one of the locker room leaders, if you will, and former captain and captain off the pitch, has clearly gone, "It's my responsibility. I'll do it," and that's upset Mundle, who won it and wanted to give it a go. And I think if these young players, if they want to take a penalty, we should be encouraging them to.
Yeah. I mean, do you think there's a bit of I mean, it was harmony in the locker room as far as we knew up until this game.
I don't know. I mean, arguments are good, really. It shows that you care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it shows passion. Yeah,
it shows that he wants to do this and wants to do well, even if it's the end goal is him doing it for himself. It shows that he wants to do well. Do you know what I mean? And do well for us. And I quite like the fact that he wanted to be like, we've missed our last 4. Well, not 3 before this one. I'm willing to try this. I'm willing to give it a go. Because I still think someone like Job, with his personality, also kind of thinking of his brother's personality, should be stepping up and being like, I want this. I want these big moments.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not, to be fair. It's surprising that even Rig, I think you think he'd want to take them, but I don't know.
I want someone who's got an absolute rocket of a shot on him or power, because sometimes you can place them and that's really good. But when Robert steps up, I'm like, even if you smash this as hard as you can, I don't trust the power behind it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going back to like Phillips penalties when he used to just smash them dead down the centre, and then you compare it to like, say, Darren Bent, who was always a side footer, no matter where it was going, it was a side foot sort of thing, just took a bit off of it there. Sometimes you just need to just absolutely smash it and just go, we're going for it. But it didn't matter in the end. We missed the penalty. There was a bit of a scuffle, what you call it, like a scuffle in the box maybe, for a chance at Millwall at the end, maybe a minute away. But we got over the line. We've got 3 more points. And more importantly, I think West Brom lost, Bristol City lost, Middlesbrough drew, I think, or did they win in the end?
Middlesbrough won. Coventry lost.
Coventry lost. So that puts them all onto 57, the ones that are at the bottom of the playoffs, which now means we are 15 points inside the playoffs with only 21 left to play for. Not only that, a lot of them still have to play each other, so they can't all get that points total. So mathematics mean we're not in the playoffs, but we really are. That one win there has sort of done it for us, really,
But if Leeds have fell apart,
I'm not getting my hopes up on that.
It's Burnley.
It's not Leeds. It's the goalie. It's the goalie.
Well, it's Burnley that's the threat, really, because they won again, didn't they? And
I still think Burnley end up in the playoffs. Unfortunately, I don't think it's our year if we face them, especially in the final. I think they'll grind us out to a 0-0. And I think they'll.
I have faith. Faith.
I mean, I would love the story that, like, we're actually going to beat them on penalties, and Isidore steps up against Trafford and smashes it past him, and obviously we get promoted because of it. But I just, just some sort of redemption on him. But I just get this awful feeling. But this is probably pessimism for being a Sunderland fan for all these years, anyway.
Yeah, because the amount of times we've gone to Wembley
and penalties and all sorts as well. However, I do have to bring it up because I won. So we had predictions, of course, in our chat with Wayne, which if you haven't watched, go and check it out. It's a really good one. So I had 1-0. Did you have a 3-2, I believe?
3-2, yeah. Expected a lot more.
Clearly didn't happen, as I have joined the leaderboard right at the bottom there with my alphabetical.
Still alphabetical. A lot of crap. I'll tell you.
I haven't even put our score on, I've realised.
I'll be honest with the viewers. He put himself in fourth when he first showed me this table. I went, oh, I like how you've done that.
Yeah, exactly. So no, probably not. But David Edwards got 1-0 the other day. Kevin McGinn got one the other day, and Coffee
Goblin's on 2 now.
He got 1-0 as well. So there was 4 of us who got 1-0. I think there was someone in there who had a 2-0. So obviously when that penalty was missed, it was I think one of the guys in the chat said I jinxed the penalty because I went, oh, probably going to be 2-0. I won't be devastated if it was 1-0 because I'd still be right. So he was like, your fault. That one, completely your fault.
Do you think goal difference will come into it at all? I don't think it's going to play a part at all because the 2 that are above us are like 42 and 51 and we're 19.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't come down to that. But I mean, if it does, it's basically it's all over for that one. But again, I was talking to a fan of ours, Alan Rowlinson, earlier on, who won the Chris Rigg cushion. We've got to send him that. He was saying that we don't score that many goals, and you can see clearly compared to the 3 teams above us, maybe not Sheffield United because they're on 27. We just don't seem to be battering teams at any point. We sort of edge past like 1-0, 2-0 maybe, but yeah,
we're still due that big 5-0 type victory, aren't we?
Yeah.
This season.
Well, I don't think we've never battered anyone. We had 3-0 at Portsmouth, but then conceded 1 at the end. Well, Luke O'Nien decided to concede 1 at the end. 4-0 Sheffield Wednesday is the biggest one, and that was the second game of the season.
I think we're due a big one, and it'll be at a crucial time.
I hope so. Or it'll be at a time where all the others have already won and we're like, oh, it doesn't matter this, whatever. Hopefully it's the playoff first leg and we win 5-0 and it's like, oh, that was nice.
Hopefully it's the playoff final and we just embarrassed Burnley.
Yeah, that'd be good. Trafford just, gets absolutely demolished throughout the game. And that anyway. But we move on. We've got West Brom next, so we will be doing another video about West Brom in the week. So keep an eye out for that one. Mike, got anything more to say in the game or anything more to the fans before we head out? Subscribers, not fans.
Yeah, well, if you're not a subscriber, if you are just a fan, make sure you become a subscriber. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share out the channel. We're quite new to this. We're still finding our feet a bit and getting the formats that you want. So open to suggestions in the comments and please share it with other people.
I mean, I can't really say much more than that other than like the video as well. That's about it. And we'll see you again this week for when we talk about West Brom. So see you later.
Bye.